Welcome to another Essential Invasions series tutorial, and today we're going to take a look at this shape and these two invasions. This kind of thing usually happens when you play 3-star opener. White plays here, black plays here, white pulls back. When black plays here, after whatever happens over there, white may invade over here. But if we get into this 3-star opener and this defense and offense kind of thing, it's gonna turn into a whole project. And we have 3-star opener project prepared for you in the future. So please keep an eye on that. But today we're gonna take a look at this situation. First of all, in order to avoid this kind of invasion, when you answer your opponent's corner approach, just defend with the small knights. Don't play this one, because if you play here, we have these kind of nasty invasions left. But if you play here, we only have these invasions left. So that's one less invasion to worry about. That's pretty good. On top of that, if you want to further avoid any complication, when you pull back with 2 space. That way you only have these 2 invasions left, but not many people are going to play this one, so you only have 1 invasion left. So when you pull back, only pull back 2 space. When you answer with the small knights. This way you get to avoid a lot of troubles. But for some reason, if you play this, let's take a look at this one. When white invades over here, let me show you the worst answers first. First of all, this is not good. White is going to hane when you cut. White is going to atari this stone. When you atari back, white captures it, and you play this. You may be thinking, I solidified this part of the board. Not bad, but this ponuki, it's worth the infinite. So you don't want to play this variation. Let's take a look at this one too. White is going to hane from here. When black pulls back, white is going to connect up. And since you played all this, 3 point gets really annoying. So in order to cover that, you might play these kind of things. When white block, you may be thinking, I secured a lot of points. But look at these 2 garbage dying stones. White could play these kind of things, but even if white plays this, it's really good for white. So you do not play this bottom attachment too. And another terrible answer would be this Kosumi, thinking, I'm cutting the connection. I get to attack this stone. But let's take a look at it. When white plays here, black needs to hane, right? When white tries to go out, black keeps attacking. It's not really gonna capture white. These are never gonna die, but black has this weakness left. At any point, white can cut, and it's gonna turn into a very messy fight that kind of favors white. So if black is afraid of that cutting point, black plays here, then white could immediately invade. And if black plays here, white extends, black has no choice but to connect up, and everything is connected for white. Now, this is very empty. These are very dangerous. This is a terrible result for black. So when white invades like this, the easiest way to answer it is this one. White is going to have to run, and black harness, and black is driving these white stones toward these 2 stones. And the thing you have to remember is this corner enclosure is very strong stones. So you don't have to worry about them dying. When white plays over here, black can lean on this stone first. When white harness, black extend. And when white extends, black does not play this because there's a cutting point. And if you don't play, where would white play? White would never play this. White would cut from here. So that's where you're gonna play. You're going to connect up. When white extends, you can first make this exchange and also this exchange, and Kosumi, when white extends, you can extend again. When white escapes, you secure these points. Now white can play away, but what if white invades again? Do you remember this shape? This shape this is where you play this Kosumi again. Then white has to live, right? Black can play here. Even if white plays here, you're completely taking away this group space. White is going to live over here, but you don't have to worry about that because after white is alive, making these terrible exchanges, and black connects, white connects over here, and black connects. White is alive, kind of, but if white is a coward, then white might even play this one just to make sure. Otherwise, white has to crawl a little bit more. Let's say white plays here. Then all black has to do is keep applying pressure on these stones, or if you want, take the corner. When black plays here, and white extends, and when black harness, what if white, instead of coming out like this, white harness? Then you play where white's supposed to play, and white needs to try to be alive. And the thing is, you're not gonna be able to capture white stones. But in the process, you're going to get much thicker. Your corner is getting secured. When you play here, white plays this. When black connects up, white is alive. And from here, black can play this one. And this is kind of secured. Black is really thick over here. And because of this influence, now this seems very thin, right? This is also a pretty good result for black. When black plays this Kosumi, what if white also plays this Kosumi? Then you can simply lean on this stone, and when white runs, you can make these exchanges. And if you want, you can keep applying the pressure, and when white runs, all is same. If you want, you can, instead of running out from there, you can just take your corner. What if white, instead of invading on the first line, invades on this third line? As black, you do not want to play this because white is going to squeeze and get some ladder going on. Even not that, white can just comfortably live over here. So you don't want to do that unless, again, you have a great thing going on over here. So you can give white this side and grow your influence. But in this case, we clearly got some white stones over there. This influence is going to be useless. So when white plays here, the simplest way to deal with it, again, is this nobi. When white escapes, black can lean on this stone again. White is going to hane. When black extends, white might even pull out this and play here. Black gets the corner, and white starts running again, and you make this exchange, and you can play this Kosumi to keep up the pressure. Or if you really want, you can play away, but I personally recommend this Kosumi. All right, let's quickly recap the whole thing. First of all, I would like to mention that when you're playing, I highly recommend you to play this 2-space extension instead of this 3-space, unless you're going for a Moyo kind of game. If you play this 3-space, then there's gonna be 1 area, 2 area, 3 area that you gotta be worrying about. But if you play here, you only have 1, 2 things. On top of that, when you're answering your opponent's approach, try to play low. This way, you kind of only have this one thing to worry about. Not many people is gonna invade this 3-3. But this kind of picture kind of happens a lot if you play 3-star opener. So when you play this one, if white invades over here, unless you have a great thing going on, you do not play this attachment. This attachment is offering white the whole side, but you get a thick influence and you get great possibility going on. But in this case, you have white stones outside. So this influence is gonna turn into a useless influence. So in this case, all you gotta do is a nobi. While white is running, you get to kind of keep your corners and solidify these. So that's pretty good for you. But even at that point, if you have a thing over here, then you get to keep even more corner. So yeah, you decide. Now let's take a look at this high invasion. When white is invading on the first line, this is terrible. This is terrible too. Trying to split is terrible. The only simple and great answer is Kosumi from the weak stones. Drive the stone toward your strong stones. If white plays this, you just lean and keep attacking. If white plays this, then you just hane. When white comes out, again, you lean and keep attacking. If white hanes back, then you can cut, lock white inside. White is gonna live over here, but you get to keep your corner and you get a great influence. All right, that's it for today's video, and we'll see you next time with another essential invasion series or a key full spread. See you soon. Stay alive.